Welcome to futbolD'moore. Today we are going to be talking about Nigeria's chances to qualify for the 2026 World Cup coming up in United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. Today we'll be talking to the Mali on the chances of Nigeria under Eric Schelle, what the Super Eagles got to offer us at the 2026 qualifiers ahead of the matches against South Africa and Rwanda over the weekend and on Tuesday. Mali, welcome on board.
Thank you for having me.
What are the chances of Nigeria qualifying for the 2026 World Cup?
Too slim. The chances are very slim, and I'll be brutal. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will not play at the next World Cup.
Why? Are you a prophet of doom?
I'm not a prophet of doom. I'm just saying it the way it is, because when you look at the chances, we do not have our fate in our hands. We're now depending on South Africa to lose, waiting on Lesotho to do us a favor, and of course, we all started at the same time. How do you explain that the Super Eagles have played 6 times, they've won one, they drew 4 times and lost one? That is not the standard that plays at the FIFA World Cup. So I feel that the Super Eagles will not qualify.
But at the times, South Africa has 13 points,
Yeah.
while Rwanda and Benin has 8 points apiece, and Nigeria has 7 points.
Mm,
Behind us is Lesotho at 6 points and Zimbabwe at 4 points.
mm.
But going into what Eric Shelley boys can do with the quality of the team, with the addition of certain players into the team, do you think we can offer something better?
Now that you've talked about the manager, Eric Chell, I do not have faith in him. The truth has to be said. You saw him at Chan. I saw all the games, the team B of the Super Eagles, and it was difficult for me to know the style. I couldn't say, okay, this is how Eric Chell likes his team to play. You understand? And you know the way they talk am for street. Sunday wey go good, na Saturday evening you go
You go no,
know.
normal level, normal level, normal
So
level.
this man took team B to Chan. I could not even see his style. He's
Okay,
managed a couple of games with the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
okay.
I have not seen his style. And when you look at the whole scenario, yeah, you talked about adding some few players. Yes, Desas is in the squad. You have Chidozie Awaziem returning. Yes, but how much of a playing time will he give them? It doesn't look to me like a gambler, because for you to get results to the current Super Eagles squad, you must be ready to gamble. It doesn't look like a gambler to me. And when you look at the body language of the team, most time it feels like it's just only Victor Osimhen that wants to play at the World Cup. Go and check the games. He's the one. The
Scoring
last
the
time
goals,
we took
yeah,
him out and then the team collapsed.
yeah.
So for that kind of team, nobody that kind of team they play for World Cup, unfortunately.
Okay, Nigeria faces Rwanda on Saturday and South Africa on Tuesday. Talking about South Africa,
Mm,
the last time we met, a lot of issues has happened and a lot of factors are coming in. That
mm.
a possible deduction of 3 points from South Africa points will be done, and this will give Nigeria a more valuable chance to qualify for the World Cup. What about that?
Well, you see that 3 points, no be our own. So don't think of another person's 3 points. And to FIFA, I don't know why it's taking so long for you guys to give us a verdict. This thing no dey tey. What's actually going on? But if you take out 3 points, now if you take out 3 points from South Africa, they play Lesotho, they will always beat Lesotho or they'll get a draw. You
Okay.
need South Africa to lose. The question is, can Nigeria even go to South Africa on Tuesday and beat South Africa?
Hmm.
That's the question.
With the quality of the team, Ademola Lookman, Victor
See,
Osimhen,
the
Tolu
quality for the
Arukudare, Samuel
look,
Chukwueze, and others.
for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the quality has always been there. But the problem is, how do they play as a team?
Hmm.
They always fail to play as a team. And if you cannot play as a team, no matter the area of stars you have, you go still mess up. So
Okay.
that's the problem we have with the Super Eagles. We've not been able to find a manager that can galvanize that team and give us a team that can actually, give us rest of mind for like five
Mr. Mali,
years.
so you're telling us Eric Shell is not the man for the job.
I was never in support of his appointment. I will never be. I'd rather you come to the MPFL and pick a local coach, because yes, he has this kind of good to say, so to say, good credentials
The sparks
on
are
the
there.
continent. But when it comes to handling the Super Eagles, no be a Richel standard.
Okay, talking about other factors, we have a lot of players coming into this new season around their transfer issues and every other thing. From Ademola Lookman saga at Atlanta, Victor Osimhen issue with Napoli and others team looking for him, and before he settled for Galatasaray. Likewise, we have people like Cinema Kells, Kelechi Iheanacho, being released by Sevilla, and every other team players changing teams like Tolu Arokodare coming to Wolves from Genk, Desas coming from Rangers to Panathinaikos, even Samuel Chukwueze
Mm.
going on loan to Fulham from AC Milan. We have this Boniface issues too from AC Milan, Saga, Vele Medicals going settle down for Werder Bremen and others. Do you think this will have an impact on the game of Super Eagles?
Well, from what I know, the players are in camp. They are professionals. So It is even good that the distraction of where will I play my football next season is out of it. So it's actually nice. I don't think it will affect. But if I'm to look at these moves, first off, for Ademola Lookman, I feel what Ademola Lookman is passing through right now is not good for any footballer. Do I think it will have an impact? No, it's an opportunity to sell himself. And I think that he may still have the opportunity to probably move on loan to Turkey and then find his way from there. And for the other players, for Senior Man Kels, I'm particularly happy for him. Come on, he left Leicester City, went to Sevilla, it didn't work out. Now the contract was terminated, and in less than 24 hours, he's moved to Scotland with Celtic. I feel he will flourish in Celtic. For Victor Boniface, look, I always tell people there are a lot of politics, backroom politics that happens when a player wants to move from another club. How do you explain that Boniface, you guys said he failed his medical less than a week ago, and he's already passed another medical. He's moved to Werder Bremen. I like the fact that he's going to remain in Germany. He understands the league. I feel like Leverkusen this season they are doomed to fail. They sold almost everybody, almost every member of their first team. So it's actually nice that he's left. So for me, I feel like all these moves they're actually happening at the right time for these players. For Samuel Chukwueze, I saw the excitement when he was taking those pictures.
And now we
I
have
saw
three starters in the Super Eagles in Fulham in a team.
well,
I think that's a good sign for the Super Eagles.
well, it's a good sign for the Super Eagles, but not a good sign for Fulham. I'll tell you why. If the Super Eagles, of course, they've qualified for the AFCON. When the AFCON comes, these three players are sure bets to make the AFCON team. Having three players away for 4 to 5 games in the Premier League is no joke.
Sure.
However, for Samuel Chukwueze, I feel like this is an opportunity for him to show us that he still has it. He would have to now do some more defending because England is very tactical. You have to defend. You just don't have to do your work as a winger. You have to help whoever you're playing with on that wing. So I feel like for Samuel Chukwueze, good move for him. For Cyril Desas, well, going to Greece from Scotland is not really a downgrade when you consider his age and what he's been able to achieve in Europe. Going to Panathinaikos is also a good move. So for Tolu Arokodare, I'm so excited. That's the move that makes me happy the most. I
Yeah.
mean, leaving Belgium to the Premier League is an upgrade. Going to Wolves, well, I have my issues, but I hope he clicks. I hope he clicks. But he has that physique to play in England.
But I think my own highlights of the transfer window for Nigerian players is that one of Christian Tos, Uche, moving from a very low team like that,
Well,
Getafe
Getafe
to
to
Crystal
Crystal
Palace.
Palace.
And look at it, in the last 3 years, this is a guy that has been moving from team to team and with a lot of potentials. And this thing is actually showing right now for Christian Tos Uche.
Well, for Chrysanthos Uche, well, I feel that move to England. Well, he's playing in the Premier League. Crystal Palace, they won the FA Cup, they won the Community Shield. They are playing in Europe for the first time. I feel like he's going to have a good season there. But for me, the highlight has to be Tolu Arokodare. This is the reason. We always depend on Victor Osimhen. If Osimhen is not delivering, we look forward to seeing Victor Boniface. But unfortunately for Boniface, he's not had that luck in the Super Eagles. This is not to say he's not a good
He's a
player.
good player.
He's a good player any day, anytime. But for Tolu, if Tolu clicks, it's good for Nigeria. You have options.
Even have Cyril and this as there.
Well, for Desas, I feel like Desas has been unfortunate with the Super Eagles. I don't know why. He will play well for his club, he will score the goals, and he really doesn't get that call up. He was there at the Unity Cup. He gave a good account of himself. Give it to him. But right now, he's going to be in the team for something serious when it comes to the double header of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. So I hope that Desas gets his playing time with the Super Eagles. But for me, I wish and I'm hoping that Tolu will click in England. It will make a lot of sense for the Super Eagles.
Right now, the Super Eagles camp is bubbling. A lot of players
Mm,
in right now, and I think we're going to be able to do something. But going into that double header fixture against Rwanda and then South Africa on
mm.
Tuesday, what's the prediction against Rwanda and the Bafana as
Who,
well of South
who,
Africa?
would also add to beat Rwanda? But I don't see us beating South Africa. I'll be extremely surprised if we go into South Africa and then defeat the Bafana of South Africa. I'll tell you why. They have a more settled side.
Okay.
They had the opportunity to take their team to Chan, but they said no. So this team, the bulk of them, the chalk of them, play in the PSL, the South African Premier League. So basically, there's nothing like, oh, today we have this striker, next week. They know what they are doing. The structure is there, the administration is there. But when it comes to the Super Eagles, I still have an issue with the coaching crew. Look, I'll prefer Eric Chell's assistants to handle the Super Eagles.
Obumodede.
I would prefer him to handle it. Come on, he just won the league with Remo Stars.
Right now, Nigeria has the last two winners of the CAF Player of the Year award, Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen. I think personal talent, I think individual performances could at least take Nigeria to the next World
I
Cup.
told you earlier. So look, we get the players, but we need that person that can make this team gel. The last time we had a team that actually gelled, that when you put them out, you know that this person is doing this. You see Brown Ideye always wanting Emenike to score.
Yes.
You see Mikel anchoring the midfield. God bless his
Ahmed
soul.
Musa to the
Exactly.
to the
God
side.
bless his soul. That was Stephen Keshi.
Yes.
After Stephen Keshi, we had Genetro taking over. Genetro did his bit. In all fairness, he did his bit. I would have left
Even
him.
before they have the things of the like of Sunday
Leave,
Odyssey
leave,
and all
leave.
that
So
stuff.
I didn't talk about all those guys. With all due respect to them, they didn't make us proud. I mean, Olise left when when we needed him the most. He left. You know,
And Gerard came in.
Finidi also. When you are coaching the Super Eagles, politics go there, they go disturb you. Now you go talk, say you get coconut head. You no do. You understand?
What's your advice to the Nigerian Football Federation?
My advice to the Nigerian Football Federation is to hit the reset button. There's a lot that needs to change when it comes to the Super Eagles. Big shouts out to everyone in Uyo. The Gosolo Akpabio International Stadium is a good place, but for the kind of players we have, that place is too soft for them. The Super Eagles needs a place where when you are playing Nigeria and you get into that stadium, you go fear. That's the way African football is being played. That's the way they play African football. If you are playing Egypt, you are going to the Cairo International Stadium. As you dey enter the stadium, your head dey fly.
The mentality is there.
You understand? So something needs to change about the home of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Uyo has been a fantastic place. Fantastic place. The state government has done a very good job. But unfortunately, I feel like that place is too soft for the Super Eagles.
Okay, thank you, Master Mali. I think we have a very good time with you right
Yeah,
there.
my predictions.
Yes.
Well,
Against Rwanda.
2-0, Osimhen to score. Mona carry that one, I go enter.
Osimhen to score against Rwanda. Are you sure?
Osimhen
Osimhen to get injured that day.
no, in Osimhen to score.
Okay.
That one day, I talk am. You guys should keep this and you know.
Okay.
But for the
Against
second game,
Bafana.
the best we get is a draw, and then we'll come back to start calculating. The permutations will continue. But like I said earlier, Nigeria don't go play for the next World Cup.
Okay, let's wait and see if Nigeria is going to play at the next World Cup in the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico in 2026. Okay, thank you. It's a wrap on futbolD'moore. See you next time.